Hi, today we are going to learn how to build a store locator tool. CM Map Locations allows you and your users to create and showcase locations in Google Maps, including images and notes for each of them. In this example use case guide, we'll cover how to create a directory of locations. We consider that you have already bought the plugin and installed it. Upon installation, the plugin automatically creates a page for the location index and for the dashboard. Navigate to CM Map Locations Pro, Settings, General tab. There you can find shortcuts to these pages and enable or disable them. It is useful if you want to create your own pages. To show Google Maps on your site, you need to create and then add a Google Maps API key into the plugin. To obtain the Google API key, follow these steps. Head to the Google Developers web page. Log into your Google account. Go to your project or create a new one. Head to APIs and Services and then to Library. Select one of the API from the list. You may have to search for it by using the search bar. This page is important. In it, you can enable the API and find resources about it. Repeat these steps for all the API keys you need to enable. JavaScript API, Geolocation API, for some features requires HTTPS, Geocoding API X, and Places API. After you have enabled all the API keys, activate the sidebar menu and click on Credentials. You will find the API key there, ready to be copied and pasted into the plugin settings. Once you have the key, adding it to the plugin is easy. Head to the Setup tab and copy it to the Google Maps app key field. In the same setting, you can click Test Configuration to ensure the connection is working. With the initial setup ready, navigate to CM Maps Locations Pro, Locations. Both you and your users can use a fully fledged front-end form to create and edit locations. The plugin comes with a user-friendly location editor. The form is feature-packed. It has basic details, name, description, status of the location, taxonomy and custom taxonomy link, categories, tags and any created custom taxonomy. Icon. Choose a default icon or upload a custom one. Multimedia. Images and video. Map. You can pinpoint the location directly on the map. Coordinates. Fetched from the map. You can add them manually. Extra information. Data such as address and website to be shown on the location page. Every time user adds a location, that location receives a page automatically. We'll review some ways to edit this page. The settings are located in both General and Location page tabs. Theme. There are 6 themes to choose from. You can change the map theme from the General tab, Map theme option. Tiles and layers. It's possible to offer additional tiles layers on your maps. These present additional information on top of the map. By default, the plugin connects with the free OpenStreetMap service. Default map view. Choose what is the default view. Users can change this at any time. Insert tile URL. Add the URL of the tile service of your choice. Change tiles feature. Let the visitor turn tiles on or off while browsing the map. The index page is perhaps the most important page of the plugin. In the index view, visitors can view all locations that are published. The users can see location list with overall map showing them, filter locations by categories and tags, search for specific locations, view location in satellite or map view. Click on specific locations on the map to learn more, or see snippets of all locations below the map. To modify index page, navigate to Settings, Index Page tab. You can change where to show locations list. Choose where to display the locations list on the index page. Enable menu. If enabled, it will be shown above the map. Includes the buttons All Locations, Add Locations and My Locations. Locations per page. Limit the locations visible on the index page below the map. If more locations are available, then pagination will be displayed. Order locations by. Order locations in the list. Sort in order. choose ascending or descending sorting order for the list of locations shown beside the map. Enable map. Display or hide the map on the index page. Enable marker clustering. If enabled, multiple markers will be combined as a single when overlapping due to the zoom. Enable info window on marker. Show the tooltip when clicking on a clustered marker listing each location. Marker label type. Choose the type of marker label. Clicking on the map marker wheel. Choose the action for clicking on the map marker. Default locations icon URL. Used when no icon is set. Text on top. You can enter text which will be displayed on the top of the index page, below the page title. Information visible on the index page. Check which location parameters will be displayed on the index page on the location snippet which appears below the map on the index page. Locations featured image. Choose what kind of featured image to display on the index page. If no icon was set to the location category, a default icon will be used. Locations default image. Enter the URL of the default featured image of the location map index list. In case no featured image is defined, the location shows the default icon. Click on the locations list item wheel. Choose the action for clicking on the item on the locations list. Show rating on the index page. Enable or disable the rating feature. You can configure template for the locations info window content and template for the locations area info window content. Max width and height for the info window content. Max width for images inside the info window. Number of characters from the location's description to display on the tooltip. The plugin allows your users to add and edit their locations. Here we'll discuss a series of features that affect user access and permissions. Navigate to Settings, Access Control tab. From here you can edit who can access the index, access the location pages, create locations, and edit their own locations. Options have choices. Everyone including guests. Note that non-logged-in users creating maps you need the anonymous add-on. Only logged-in users, no matter the user role. Specific role. Admin, editor, and some more. Note that only that role will have access. It means choosing admin will not grant the permission to other roles. Custom capability. You should add a new capability in this field and then include it in one or more user roles. You define what happens once a user has posted a location. Let's start with moderation. You can automatically approve locations or draft it until they are approved by you. Here, enable or disable moderation and choose one or more email addresses to receive the notice. In the same tab you can configure notifications. This will be sent to the moderator once a suggestion is received, and to the user once the status of the location changes. Naturally, these settings only apply if moderation is enabled. Last but not least, you can show terms of service to first-time users that try to add a location. This is configured from the GDPR Settings tab. If your site is not in English or if your users don't speak English, that is okay. You can translate virtually all labels from the Labels tab. There are almost 150 labels you can adjust. To easily move locations between sites and devices, you can perform three main operations. To check them, head to CM Map Locations Pro, Export, Import. This screen gives you three options. First, import locations from KML or KMZ files. After importing the file, the location will show on the map and you can edit it if you'd like. Second, import locations from CSV file. Each row is a location. Third, export all locations. We'll generate a zip archive with a KML file for each location. The user dashboard is a box which lists all the user's locations and provides shortcuts to add, delete or edit locations. You can change the visual and behavior of the dashboard from the Dashboard tab. You can add the user dashboard to other parts of the site by applying the shortcode that you can see on the screen. Following instructions found in the plugin and guides, you and your users should be able to add multiple locations to your site. Thanks for watching the video.